Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going through the 8th lecture of the series, and we will complete 3D equilibrium today. We will just solve one last problem on the topic, and that will complete our 3D equilibrium topic. This is problem 389. We have earlier solved this same figure in problem 2 by 105 when we studied 3D force systems. We wrote this 1.2 kilonewton tensile force directed from C to D as a vector quantity. Then in problem 2 by 140, we found the moment produced by this force about point O and about the pole axis, which is z-axis. So now we are solving this problem for 3D equilibrium. So the rigid pole and cross arms of the previous problem are again shown here. We have to determine tensions TAE in the two cables, which are, one is from A to E. E is a fixed point on ground, and the other cable is GF, which is fixed at the ground at point F. So these points E and F are in the horizontal plane, which is the XY plane. So we have to find these two tensile forces. These tensile forces are resulting from the tension in this cable, which is 1.2 kilonewton. Now it is given that assume the absence of any resisting moments on the base of the pole at O about the X and Y axes, but not about the Z axis. So this is not really a fixed joint, and nor it is a ball and socket joint. At ball and socket joint, we have three reaction forces in each of the three directions, because it is not free to move in any direction. However, it can rotate about any axis, and we have just three reaction forces for a ball and socket joint. And for a fixed joint, the fixed joint is not free to rotate about any axis, but this joint is a special joint in which it is given that the assume the absence of any resisting moments on the base of the pole at O about the X and Y axes. So it is free to rotate about X and Y axes, and there's going to be some resisting moment about the Z-axis, because it is not free to rotate about Z-axis. Resisting moment is not absent about Z-axis. So we draw the free body diagram, and for this joint at O, we show three reaction forces in X, Y, and Z directions. As you can see here, this is OX, this is OY, and this is OZ. And there are no resisting moments. As you can see, the statement of the problem, assume the absence of any resisting moments on the base of the pole at O about the X and Y axes. So about X and Y axes, there is no resisting moment, but there is resisting moment about Z axis. So we are showing one resisting moment about Z axis. Then when we draw the free body diagram for this complete structure, for this complete frame, we have to remove these two cables. So we have to show tensile force at point G, which is directed from G to F, and we have to show a tensile force at point A, which is directed from A to E. So these two tensile forces are shown here, TGF and TAE. So now we can express these two tensile forces as vector quantity. we can assume that the magnitude is TAE and TGF, so we need to just multiply this magnitude with the unit vector in the direction of the force. So we can find the coordinates of point F. You can see here we have already done it in the previous problem. So F, coordinates of F is in x direction 2, in y direction it is -1, so 2, -1 and 0. It is in the xy plane. Similarly, point E is -1.500. So we can write the endpoint A is on the z-axis at a distance of 3 meters from point O. So coordinates of point O. Yes, we need the coordinates of point A and point G both. So coordinates of point A are going to be 0, 0, 3, and coordinates of point G we have, in addition to this 3 meter distance along Z, we are also moving in the negative y direction through 1 meter to reach point G. So coordinates of point G are going to be 0, -1 and 3. So we can take the difference of coordinates. For AE, it is coordinates of E minus coordinates of A. Coordinates of E are -1.500 and coordinates of A are 0, 0, 3. So this becomes -1.5i minus 3k. We divide this by its magnitude to find the unit vector in the direction from A to E. So we divide by square root of 1.5 square plus 3 square. So multiplying this unit vector with the magnitude of the tensile force, we get the vector TAE. Likewise, we can write the vector TGF. Coordinates of F are 2, -1, 0, and coordinates of G are 0, -1 and 3, as we have just seen. So we can take the difference of coordinates. So this is going to be 2i, and J coordinate is same. G also has a distance of 1 meter in negative y, and F also has 1 meter in negative y. So this is just going to be 2i and minus 3k. So 2i minus 3k, we divide this again by its magnitude to get the unit vector. So this is the unit vector, and we multiply this unit vector with TGF, which is the magnitude of this tensile force. So we get the vector TGF. Now since we have to find the two unknown forces, so we can take moment about point O. When we take moment about point O, we are going to have the three reaction forces at point O, OX, OY and OZ are all going to produce zero moment about point O, because these all are intersecting point O. So the moment is going to be produced by the 1.2 kilonewton force, the tensile forces, unknown tensile forces, which are TAE and TGF, and of course we have this resisting moment about z-axis at point O because of the support at point O, which is stated in the problem. So we have this mz also moment about z-axis. So when we use the equation summation mz equal to 0, then we first take moment about point O. We use summation MO equal to 0. Summation MO equal to 0. So this is, since we are taking moment about point O, so for this vector TCD, we have already found this TCD in problem 2 by 105, and we found this result in problem 105. So this is the vector TCD. We are just using it from there. The position vector, we can he has used in the solution, it is point C. OC has been used as the position vector, but it is more convenient to use OD, because OD has just one component which is going to be along J. So the position vector will only have J components, so the cross product is going to be easier. So result is going to be same. So we can use here, instead of OC, we can use OD, which is equal to 3J. Distance from O to D, directed from O to D, is the position vector. So this is going to be 3J. So we can take cross product 3J cross this. So both are going to yield the same result. Now for this tensile force TAE, we can use either OE or OA. He has used OA. So OA vector, position vector OA directed from O to A, this is going to be 3K. This is along Z. Distance is 3, so position vector is going to be 3K. It is here. This is 3K. This is the position vector for TAE, and this is the vector TAE, which we have found here above. Then the moment produced by this tensile force TGF. So for this we can use the position vector either OF or OG. Anyone can be used. He has used minus J plus 3K, so this is OG. He's using OG as shown here, OG. So this is directed from O to G, so this is plus 3K and minus J, minus 1J. So minus J plus 3K is the position vector. Cross this tensile force, which we have written as vector quantity here. So we use this vector TGF. So, and in addition to this, we also have this unknown resisting moment at the base, which is mz. So we put this mzk plus mzk, and this should be equal to 0. So this gives us 3 scalar equations. We can take the cross products, and the cross product is going to yield 3 scalar equations, which are going to be the coefficients of I, j and k, all 3 equal to 0. So that gives us these 3 scalar equations, and from these 3 scalar equations we can find the values of TGF, TAE, and we can also find mz, although it is not asked in the problem. We just have to determine the tensions TAE and TGF in the supporting cables resulting from the 1.2 kN tension in cable CD. So anyway, we can very conveniently find mz from the third equation. So from first equation we get the value of TGF, which comes out to be 3.47 kN. From the second equation we get the value of TAE, which comes out to be 4.3 kN, and from the third equation we can find the value of mz if required. So mz comes out to be minus 0.962 kN. So in this we have a special joint at point O, but that special joint is whenever there is something which is not covered in the topic. If we have some special joint, it is always going to be described in the question. Like in this one, it is described that there is no resisting moment about x and y axes, but there is a resisting moment about z axis. So we are going to show the reaction forces accordingly. So that completes this question, and that also concludes the topic of 3D equilibrium. So we are now going to move to chapter 4, which we will start in the next lecture. So we are going to wind up here today. So now we will, in the next lecture, we will move on to chapter 4, which is on trusses. Actually, the chapter is on structures, and the first structure that we are going to study in that is trusses. Thank you.